Fights for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe.
Cobra Invasion! Get the G.I. Joe Skystriker! Ace the airborne, let's get those turkeys! We're gonna get Cobra this time! Our combat jets are on the way! Hey, check my missiles! They're A-OK! Great, I'm going down for a closer look! Way to go, Joe!
G.I. Joe Skystriker comes with ace and 2 parachutes, other figures sold separately from Hasbro.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of General Geekery. This is part 2 of the Haslab Skystriker unboxing and review. Of course, hopefully, you've already watched the first video, which was when I got mine. JD, did you watch it? The video that I put up?
I watched most of it. I have to watch our videos at 1 1/4 speed because it's painful to watch myself try to talk and finish a sentence. So I watched it sped up, but yeah, I watched a lot of it.
You catch that I embedded the original commercial for the Skystriker in the beginning?
Yes, in fact, my very first thought was, I hope they don't do one of those things where they're like pull the song out or whatever. So, but yeah, that was a nice touch.
I thought about that just as I was doing the editing. I'm like, because it's something that Articulated Chad has done on his show a couple times, is embed the commercials for the original vehicles that we've talked about, or the original figures. I'm like, that's a great idea. So stealing one from Articulated Chad there.
Well, overkill that Articulated Chad sent me, keeping me company here. So
awesome.
His influence is felt in this
video. All right, so part 2 is going to be JD unboxing his Haslab Skystriker, because he just got his.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start with the figures on this one, since Brian left all of his carded.
I did open my ace and my failsafe.
All right. Well, all right. I'm going to open the rest. Except for Cobra Commander, I'm undecided on him. Firstly, I'm not the biggest Cobra Commander fan, and I'm not a fan of version 1 at all. I know it's classic. I know it's iconic. It doesn't do anything for me. I prefer the 1991 red faceplate version. And the 1991 Talkie Battle Commanders version. Those two are definitive Cobra Commanders for me. Version 1, And I'm thinking
Battle Armor is my favorite.
Yeah, see, that one's good too. That version 1 it's just not exciting. And I'm thinking,
I had the mail away hooded, because I got into G.I. Joe in '84, so I missed all the original ones in '83. So I never had the original Cobra Commander. I had the mail away hooded one, which was my first mail away. And that's the only Cobra Commander I had until the 87 Battle Armor came out. And then that was my de facto Cobra Commander forever.
I had both Cobra Commanders. I had the original and I had the hooded mail away version. I didn't prefer one or the other. Well, I think that the hooded one is more distinctive. And this one, honestly, this new one, I'm pretty sure I can trade it for something more valuable, because I'm not going to sell it, because I'm just not going to sell my toys. But I could probably trade it for something more valuable, or something that I want more.
To say valuable to you.
Because
you were trading it for a classified Firefly.
Yeah, I was really dumb when classified Firefly was available a couple of times on the Target website. In fact, the classified Firefly that Brian has, I sent him the link and I'm like, oh, Firefly's available, so you can order it. Well, I didn't want to order it. And after he got his and we did the unboxing and he did the review of it, I sort of started to want it. But then a few months ago, I saw some pictures, like high-def pictures of that figure, and I realized that he's got his eyes make a facial expression, and he's got like scars on his face and I was immediately like, son of a bitch.
I told you, man.
I should have bought it.
I mean,
So,
I will give you that it's not the best iteration of Firefly that's ever been done, but man,
oh,
it's
I don't care.
beautiful.
I happen to love Firefly, and I happen to love almost every version of him that's been put out
Yeah.
because I don't see him as one guy. I see him as there's the original Firefly, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
there's all there's his Saboteur acolytes that
Yeah.
he's trained. So I have no problem justifying things like Purple Valor versus Venom Firefly or Lime Green Battlecore Firefly because I just say they're the disciples of the original Firefly. One, if there's a version that I don't like, well, he's a copycat that's using the Firefly name, and Firefly has his students go take care of that guy. So, um, I don't mind, but I happen to like that version of Firefly. I know there's another one coming out for Classified, but I can have
I,
two.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, they're gonna have more of a version 1 inspired one coming out, but I'm it's one that they haven't revealed, but they mentioned it in the name only reveals that they did. Like they haven't shown the render, but that might change today.
Yeah, because
I'm
it's all because it's Happy GI Joe Day apparently. If you're watching this, I'm hopefully gonna get this up tonight, but probably tomorrow just due to my internet speed. And it's February 1st. They did a couple of classified render reveals today. One of them being Scrap Iron, which looks really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Snowdrop, which looks really cool. And
That's a perfect snow job for me. It takes the coolest version, the look, the bulkiness of the Pursuit of Cobra version without the big stupid MC Hammer pants. And he's geared up, he's badass looking. And then they put the they're not Steel Brigade, they're Steel Corps, I think. But
they don't have but essentially,
they're
is that a 2-pack then?
Yeah, it's 2-pack. And I'm definitely gonna get that because I'm all about Steel Brigade. But yeah, there's gonna be another Firefly. Maybe they'll show it off today, maybe not. But I'm thinking I could probably trade Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander from the Skystriker to get a Firefly because I could go on eBay and get. I don't want to pay above retail, especially not when shipping's gonna be like 15 or 10 or 15 bucks. I'm not paying $50 for it. So I'm thinking maybe I can get somebody to bite.
Yeah. So if you're watching this and you got a classified Firefly that you want to trade for the Haslab Mickey Mouse Skystriker, get in touch with JD. Comment below.
In the meantime, I won't hold my breath.
I've seen a lot of people, a lot of posts. I've been kind of avoiding social media because this is, man, G.I. Joe fans are a finicky lot and it gets old really quick. So I've just been avoiding social media pretty much until this dies down. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are selling them and trading them. And you would have a lot easier time trading it, I think, than trying to sell it.
Yeah, well, I hate outright selling my toys because for one, you never know what to put on the value. And frankly, I don't want to overcharge, but I would just rather, instead of the money, I'd rather just have something tangible in my hand. So if I could trade for something I want more, that's fine. All right, I opened the giant shipping crate. Open form side.
Yeah, that was kind of an ominous, warning just to begin with. And I've seen some people already beginning to have some problems with theirs. I've seen failsafe was broken. Somebody had a broken elbow. And of course, I don't think anybody's Scarlet had a handle on the crossbow, as near as I could tell, which is kind of a weird thing. And then I've seen some people that they must be using 6-year-old Chinese labor because people have been complaining about how they've been missing parts too. So
Well, let's hope
little
not.
disappointed in the QA/QC process for Hasbro for a Haslab project. I mean, man. So, you know, I posted it in I said in the last video, I didn't want to see a bunch of people bitching about stuff, but I can kind of see the QA/QC stuff. I can
I think that is a legitimate complaint.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, like you said, it's HasLab. The cost on this thing, there shouldn't be rampant QC. I'm kind of hoping mine won't. Maybe that's why yours had the extra canopy.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see if you have an extra canopy, if that was just my, you know, the mistake they made on mine. So we'll see. See if you have two canopies when you unbox everything.
Interesting. In the art on the ejection seat,
yeah,
the parachute, that's airborne.
Yeah, that's the
airborne.
That's the original art from the box,
is it? Okay.
From the vintage box.
Oh, I'm just surprised they didn't do new art, you know, and turn that art into failsafe, because it's still pretty clearly airborne.
Yeah, no, that's vintage box art.
See, again, when you don't have the original and didn't spend shitloads of time as a kid staring at the box, these are the things you don't realize. Ripcord came out first. Ace came out second. So I'll just open them in the order there, except for Cobra Commander, who I'll just put to the side.
Yeah, that was talking about the card figures. That was something else that I saw people having issues with. They had some of the people, especially people that were planning on keeping their stuff on the card. There was some veining going on the cards. I think my Cobra Trooper had some. Yeah, I got definitely some veining on mine.
Oh yeah, Scarlet's card has a crease in the middle, but luckily I'm not leaving anything on the card. Scarlet came out next, then failsafe.
And then people were saying that the ramp rat, the glue didn't. Oh, hi, Alice. People didn't. Theirs weren't glued to the card very well.
All right, so. All right, I'm going to start with Ripcord. Incidentally, after we did, or earlier this morning, I remembered. Well, in the first video, I said I didn't have the original Light Force. Well, I remembered this morning. I do. I have Crazy Legs that I got on eBay about 5 years ago. Before it was a good deal. He didn't have any of his accessories, and he was in good shape. I can't imagine what it would cost now, but at the time, yeah, it was like $40. So, and since I didn't have his gear, I took the backpack off one of the Pursuit of Cobra figures, and I put a Real American Hero backpack peg on it. So, all right, I hollowed this out and put a Real American Hero backpack in there, so he's got a proper parachute back. But I want to compare Ripcord to Crazy Legs to see how well they sort of blend together. So
I don't have any of the Night Force stuff. From the only Night Force stuff I have was I've got the Rise of Cobra Night Force Tunnel Rat that came with a monkey wrench.
Oh yeah, all right. So
that's a figure that did not age well. That Tunnel Rat.
Beautiful card art. Whoops. This is I had Ripcord when I was a kid, but I never got a replacement, and he never got an update in the original line. So this is the first Ripcord I've had in my hands in decades. But I like that he's got. Hang on. Oh yeah, okay.
That
got the soft
that I bought from that family friend. There was a really nice Ripcord in that. I had to get a new rifle for him, but otherwise he was in fantastic shape and otherwise complete.
Yeah, the face looks just like I remember the Ripcord face looking like. What I'm real glad that they did on these was they're not painted flesh faces. They're cast in the flesh color, because painted flesh often looks bad. I got to fight to get Ripcord's rifle out of here, which is going to annoy me if the barrel bends. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that is the
I
downside.
am glad that the hands have that softer plastic, like the early 2000s and 90s stuff had, because
You're not going to break thumbs on these.
yeah, broken thumbs from brittle plastic are the worst nightmare of the vintage line.
That and heels from putting them on pig stands.
Yeah.
Not had that. Knock on wood. I have not had that happen, and I have all of my A Real American Hero figures are on figure stands right now. All of them.
I haven't had a foot peg break, I don't think, from a stand, but I don't have much of my stuff on display, and I don't have really anything on stands, so maybe it's good. I'm gonna. Oh God! All right, I do not have the patience to clip his backpack, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, that took
I'm
me
just
a while
gonna.
when I was a kid. I remember that being a pain in the ass, and I just friggin' left it once I finally got it threaded.
Nice.
They work. Yeah, they work in tandem pretty well with each other.
Yeah.
So all right, good. So these guys can team up on Night Force missions.
Now, there's a couple vintage Night Force figures I wouldn't mind having. I wouldn't mind having a Night Force Repeater, and I wouldn't mind having a Night Force Outback.
I had most of the Night Force figures when I was a kid. They were all great. I just remember most of them being interesting recolors, but I think the only one that was truly better was Crazy Legs and Sneak Peek too, I guess. But Sneak Peek kind of sucked. So
I'd throw Lightfoot in there too.
Yeah, but you go from being construction vehicle yellow to looking like a chocolate bar. I don't know how much of an improvement the brown. I mean, while the brown was subtle, I don't know how much of an improvement that figure was.
Significant, and I liked that figure as a kid. I had the regular Lightfoot, and I really enjoyed playing with him. But
he was one that he didn't do anything for me when I was a kid. I was 8 when he came out, but he didn't do anything for me. I liked his robot, but I don't think I ever realized that he was supposed to be the bomb disposal guy. I thought he was just another tech guy. And Joe had so many of those that I think I just used him as the guy who operated the robot.
Yeah, he replaced Tripwire for me.
Yeah, well, Tripwire sucks, and I didn't care enough about Tripwire to replace him. I had the Tiger Force version, but he was just there because Tripwire sucks. All right, here's Ace with his helmet is not going to have a problem staying on. It wasn't a problem going in. I do like the feel of this plastic.
I do too.
It's the matte color or the matte finish on it. I rather like it. All right, I'm going to open up Scarlet with her handleless crossbow. And
because I was going to open my Scarlet, but I'm like, if she can't hold her crossbow, I'm going to be I don't want to lose it is the thing. I'm worried about losing it. I could care less if it, honestly, the QAQC thing, that doesn't bother me too much as it would just losing it. Because I have this innate phobia from a child about losing the equipment from my Joes.
Considering how many of my Joes I missed, I lost the gear on, I get it. All right, here's
the other thing I was going to mention while we were thinking about it, being GI Joe Day. If you were in the hunt for one and were not able to get it the first few times it was up for pre-order, the Dr. Mindbender classified figure is back up on Hasbro Pulse. I went ahead and pulled the trigger on one of those. I wasn't the biggest Mindbender fan until I met Brian Cummings the voice actor for Dr. Mindbender.
I'd probably get that figure if it was a regular classified, but I don't need the deluxe accessories and all that crap.
I like the deluxe thing. I like the of course I'm a package guy, so I love the box art. I love all the accessories. That does it for me. That was kind of the selling point for me for it. Nice. I'm still a little annoyed at the hair color on the Scarlet. That is one thing some people complain about, and I will side with them on that one too.
I don't know. I'm thinking
it looks more
maybe
like
should not
than it does Scarlet.
Huh?
It looks more like Lady J than it does Scarlet.
Well, nah, the hair's not dark enough to be Lady J, but it could be another character. It could be a separate character. Even, but then I always yeah, she's got like auburn hair. Lady J's hair is brunette. She's definitely a brunette, and Scarlet is definitely a redhead. So this, if anything, looks more like CoverGirl's hair color, but
yeah.
I do like having this flight suit now in 2 different colors.
I think what would have been interesting for this particular figure is if they'd done a ponytail on a peg, so you could plug it into her head with the helmet on.
Oh yeah, because in the card art, she's pretty clearly got the ponytail hanging down.
I think
I'll open up failsafe. Oh, I didn't really have to open up failsafe.
There you go.
It's floppy. Oh yeah, minimal card damage.
That's nice. That's I tell you what, man, getting those blisters on the cards that's been one of my biggest headaches doing my custom cards. I got double-sided tape from Amazon, so when I do my next carded custom, I'm going to try double-sided tape instead of super glue, because I did this while you're playing with stuff there. I did this Brazilian flying scorpion, and you can see where the super glue discolored all of it made the ink run, and it looks horrible. So I'm gonna have to redo the card and recard it. And
I'm glad you brought that guy up though, because way back when you made that custom, you sent me the leftover parts, and you wanted me to make a custom out of the parts left over that you didn't use for Flying Scorpion. Yeah. And I just started putting that custom together. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I just started putting the parts together.
I don't. Let's see what you'll come up with that.
So he's made of parts from Cesspool, Recoil, and Scoop.
Yes.
And so everything the Flying Scorpion didn't use, Brian sent me. So I'm going to put them together and create a new character. All right, so here's failsafe. I'm pretty happy with this figure. I like the new character. I always like new figures in the line. His elbow's not broken. His bicep swivel is a tad loose, but considering that's a pretty common with the vintage stuff, it's nothing that I'm not used to. So
people have been saying that failsafe does not fit in the Skystriker. Yeah, he does.
Why would they say he doesn't fit? I don't understand.
It's a bit difficult to get him in there. I will give you that. What you need to do is you need to put failsafe in first and then put Ace in second. If you do it the other way around, yeah, it is really hard to get him in there. But yeah, he does fit. He fits fine. It's just a little work to get him in there.
Naval Aviator. Sweet. All right, so there's the Joes. I'm gonna hold it. So here's the Joes. I'll open 2 of the Cobras. I'm just gonna look at Cobra Commander, and Boring.
Yeah. I appreciate what they did, but yeah, it doesn't do much for me. I have to admit.
I think it's an interesting novelty, but it's just even when the Haslab was going on, I'm like, kind of wish they'd given us another ramp rat or something. And then when he was announced as part of the classified hiss thing, I'm like, everybody was hoping, version 1 Cobra Commander. I mean, I didn't back it because I couldn't, but honestly, least exciting part of that for me too. But all right, so here's the Cobra Trooper. He's all right. Yeah, he's got the flesh paint, obviously, because of the mask.
Yeah.
And it makes me double down on being glad that the Joes have their faces cast in the skin tone.
Yeah, because I skipped the O-ring Trooper Officer 2-pack.
Oh, me too. I don't.
Even as a big Cobra guy, it's like I kind of want the officer, but not enough to throw down for it.
I have a couple of the variations on the troopers that I got through, like Red Laser and Black Major and those. And I'm not a big guy with the troopers. I do prefer the officer figures, but I couldn't justify it. Not $40 for a trooper and an officer. I mean, not overpriced really, but
No.
Yeah,
it wasn't really a price issue. It was just the kind of the selection of characters.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is supposed to be the cartoon color scheme with more gray, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm all right. I'm opening up the ramp rat, which is actually really an interesting. Not sure why he's got a mortar with him, but
I always wondered
sure.
this thing. It's like you don't see too many ground crews running around with mortars.
I wouldn't think so. But okay. I'm leaving his glow sticks in the package because I'm not trying to contend with that right now. Yeah, all right. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm open mine just so I can put them up with the rest of my Cobra figures. In fact,
it is nice to see something truly new for Cobra here.
Mike. Yeah, my blister's coming off a little bit on this.
All right, so I'm taking out the support vehicle. Canopy. So far, one canopy.
Boy, yeah, if that was the one mistake that they did with mine, then I'm happy that and it was an extra piece and not getting shorted one.
Oh, I see what you mean about the plastic on these fins. Yeah, there's no way you can paint that.
Yeah,
luckily I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, you got to be real careful with that because it's.
All right, so I've got the seats out.
Ooh, pardon me.
So tempted to unfold one of the parachutes, but
you'll never get it folded and put back in there.
Yeah, exactly. I don't. Yeah, I'm tempted, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not, because I know myself well enough to know that even if I could do it, I'm not gonna have the patience for it. I can already hear the swear words that I'll be spitting at it if I do. So, there will be colorful metaphors, as Spock would say.
Yes. Yeah, I like it.
So I'll put fail safe on his seat outside of the.
That was one of the other things I had seen. Somebody had busted the post off the seat in Failsafe's back. So watch the
Yeah, it doesn't fit very well. That like the hole on this back is the wrong size. Well, let's try it with Ace.
I kind of forced mine on and it did go, but I did it very carefully.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
So, as much as I told people not to bitch about this, there are some QA/QC issues.
Okay.
Could not.
Ace went on not without any difficulty, and he's not gonna. I don't know if I want to force fail safe. I mean, I can fix it. That's what an X-Acto was for, but then I will because it's. Oh, wait a minute. No, actually, he fits okay on this one.
Yeah.
So. All right, so they're ready for a picnic. Or to sit there in their video gaming chairs in the simulator. Interesting.
I'd seen somebody say that their hose had been broken on the on that too. I didn't pull my hose out on that.
I'm not pulling it all the way out. I just wanted to see if it was stretchy. It's stretchy. Again, I like that there's a wheel so that you can manually roll it up so I don't have to try to force because, again, patience. Do they connect? Yeah, okay. The connectors are okay on these.
And the so your ordnance trailer there, the part of that, the hook will go into where the FLIR plugs into on the bottom of the Skystriker.
Oh, you mean so it can tow the Skystriker? Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't catch that when I unboxed it, but I saw somebody do it on social media. I say that I've been avoiding social media, but clearly I have not, as much as I would like to admit.
You know what? The best thing you can do is avoid the comment section on the social media. For the most part, I do. Sometimes I fall into the trap, but it doesn't take long before I get annoyed and back out.
One of the things I've always admired about you is your ability to stay away from the comment section. I can't do it.
More often than not, sometimes I just don't want to read it. I just the initial comments are one thing, but then the arguments come out. In fact, my favorite feature that I see sometimes on Facebook is at the end of the comments, it'll say, commenting has been turned off for this post. And I'm like, sometimes they just can't see that quite often.
Yeah.
So, opening up the wings. So glad that they tampoed these on here. So I don't have to worry about the placement or if they're straight or not.
I pulled out my extra sticker sheets that I had from my 30th anniversary ones and my toy hacks and went to town on mine. I really cut the stickers on mine because I had so many sticker sheets, extra sticker sheets for Skystrikers just sitting around. And
there's a weird problem I've never had.
It's only because I bought 4 of the goddamn things to customize.
I know. I'm just amused by it. I
bought 4 of the 30th anniversary Skystrikers to customize, and I bought 4 Toy Hacks Transformer Skystriker label sheets for them. So I had a shitload, and then I bought another set of the regular Toy Hacks Skystrikers for the vintage one to restore my 83 Skystriker. And so I had 9 sticker sheets just laying around.
All right, so I'm opening up the missiles. I'm not going to pull them all out right now because I'm not trying to lose them. But yes, again, tampoed. Don't have to worry about sticking them on. Because in their video, in the video that Hasbro posted, Lenny said that he didn't want to have to worry about people putting and them curling up off the, so they just hampered it on there. So good call.
Yeah, as much as I do enjoy putting stickers on, I was happy to just have the tampos, because the instruction sheets that come with it to put stickers on are not as detailed as you would want them to be.
Decals for me are not my favorites. It's less of a patience thing and more of a, if it's crooked, it's going to annoy me, and then I can't pick it up and I can't pick it off and redo it. Although inevitably I will get to the point where most of the stickers on, and I'll say, fuck it, good enough. So
I have needle nose tweezers that I use to put mine on.
Well, I do. Well, I use those too, since you recommended them to me, and it does help. But still, there's sometimes where it's just like, oh, it's off. Fuck. So here.
I remember being a lot better at it when I was a kid, I think.
Here's a flame effect. Wow, I never noticed before, but it looks a little bit like a carrot.
You know what the cool thing about that is, it looks like it's hollow, so you could probably put LEDs in that pretty easily if you were so inclined.
If I knew how to use LEDs, or if I wanted to fuck with electronics, do not. But if I did, I might be inclined, but no. Okay, so far I definitely only have one canopy. So you clearly have an extra one, and either you have an extra one or somebody else was shorted one and you have theirs.
Yeah, I probably have someone else's canopy. So if you got yours and didn't get a canopy, let me know, and we'll work out a exchange there where I'll send it to you. It's storage for the extra.
I was gonna add, if that's what it was for, or if it was hollow because we were trying to keep the weight down on it.
No, it's for extra weapons.
All right, that's good.
I have not put mine on the display stand yet.
I really do like this. This is a nice touch.
It is a nice touch. I'm keeping those.
I cleared off the dresser down here, so I can put the Skystriker up on it, and I'll set this underneath it.
Very nice. I like that.
So, open up the jet. So, yeah, thank God they're not twist ties.
Yeah, I just cut mine with an X-Acto knife.
Well, that's gonna be the next step. After the knots inevitably give me an issue, then I pull out the X-Acto knife. But I always like to see first if they're gonna cooperate. I know what the answer is, but I try it anyways.
Yeah,
Because just because the rat hits the electrified wall doesn't mean it stops running into it.
It kind of does. You know, only the brain damaged ones keep going at it.
Shut up. You're not helpful either.
I'm not helpful, but I know.
You're not helpful.
I don't think she's trying to be helpful. I think she's just trying to be honest.
All right, so yeah, I do like the engine detail on here. It is well
The
sculpted.
sculpting is really phenomenal, and I really dig it. It just doesn't fit well in the back of the vehicle. So there's a tab, or there's a little notch at the top on the engine.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
And then you can see where it's supposed to. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to locate the the notch before I try to.
And they don't go in very well. And if you get it off just a little bit, then it gets stuck in there.
All right. So. Yeah, well detailed. This might well be the last time I ever see the detail because I'm not taking this shit apart.
And I did find I did find the piece that I dropped while I was doing the show.
Oh, what was it?
It was so there's two adapters for the weapons, so you can have one that'll just hold one weapon, or you can have the adapter that'll have two. So I dropped the one that has two.
Oh, wait. I do have a canopy, so I do have two canopies.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I was not anticipating that when I pulled the jet out, there would be a canopy already on it. I expected both of them. If I got to, we're going to be packaged separately. So
I still think two canopies is an odd thing.
Maybe. Well, my kid just suggested maybe it's a spare, which I mean, it's possible.
Different stickers on the, so you can put different name stickers on the canopy.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because I remembered one of the other pilots they kind of could have given us stickers for was, and then I remember why they probably didn't, or why I thought they won't, because the Tiger Rat, the repaint of the Rattler, the pilot's name was Skystriker. I didn't have the Tiger Rat when I was a kid. I didn't have Skystriker when I was a kid. But I remember seeing that on the box, and it drove me crazy when I was a kid when
I didn't know
code
that.
names would replicate vehicle names and vice versa. So
yeah, there's a couple like that. Yeah,
Skystriker, whose file name is Anthony P. Russo, he needs a new code name, which I have a Tiger Force one. You sent it to me a couple years ago. I call him Tiger. No, I call him Sky Tiger. So it's still almost Sky Striker, but not quite. So I'm just. That is so cool,
isn't it?
Yeah. When I was watching you do that in the video, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to do that.
I mean, me having the original one, having the 30th anniversary one, having the San Diego Comic-Con ones, that alone was worth it for me.
Nice detail on this arrestor too.
Yeah, and I like the clip that's on there. The clip is loose enough that you don't have to you don't have to lower the arrestor hook to get the landing gear to work. It can still
that
clip. Yep. So I think that was a nice touch too.
I'm pretty sure these fins have a specific name, but I don't know what it is.
I used to be able to tell you that. I don't remember what it is. I want to say aileron, but I don't know if that's correct.
Of course, everything in the military has a specific name. So
everything in the Navy has a different name.
Yeah. Satisfying snap
Yes.
or click as it goes in. It's not going to come out.
Huh.
So.
And after we got done doing the video, I found on eBay. I found a spring for the landing gear on the vintage.
Oh, how much is it? What?
$20.
Well,
but man, yeah, there's no other way to replace that. It's not like you can go get an O-ring down at Lowe's or Home Depot. Man, that was a unique spring. So I also bought a pair of engines for it. So I just need the one of the tail fins. And I think I have the rest of it.
All right, so right now this wing is not cooperating with me.
Yeah, I think I swept mine out to get it on. It was kind of a pain in the ass to get on. But once you get it, it's good.
There we go. Well, good, because it's not coming off. So, I mean, not of its own volition or of my volition. It ain't coming off. Aha. Okay.
There you go.
The plane.
So what tail fins are you going to put on yours then?
Oh, the gray ones.
I figured.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of color contrast in general, but the plane has to be all one color. So as soon as I find the gray ones.
I don't remember where they were at in the box. They're in there somewhere.
With this vehicle, it's definitely a case of double check everything before you crumple it up and throw it away.
Oh yes, man. I made sure that I did not throw any of that wrapping paper away until it was empty. Because this thing came with so much stuff that I'm like, and then I folded it up like in quarters before I threw it away just to make sure. Man, that sound of that landing gear ratcheting is just like, that's the sound of my childhood right there, you know?
I was going to say, is it super satisfying?
It is. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I swept those wings and landing gear as a kid, having the 83 Skystriker. I mean, anytime I look at a picture of the Skystriker, I can hear that lever.
I may not have had one when I was a kid, but I guarantee if I had, I would have done the same thing. All right, so there we go with the tail fins on, and whoa, oh, that's so much fun.
And I did go with the Tomcat and Ace stickers on mine.
All right.
And then I also I had the extra Ace stickers from another sticker set, so I put them on the rear ones there too.
I'm enjoying the fact that it doesn't have that design flaw with the landing gears and the
You know what, man? Again, that was worth the price of the whole damn thing to me in and of itself. Screw everything else. Landing gear disengaged from the wings.
Oh, that detail is beautiful,
Isn't it?
Oh, that's so nice.
I didn't take the panel off the other one. It didn't want to come off. Whoop.
Nice detail. All right, so put one of the jets, one of the planes in the jet, or one of the seats, if I can. All right, so there's Ace sitting in his jet.
Yeah, if you can put failsafe in there, put failsafe in first, and then put in Ace.
Yeah, I wanted to see how annoying it would be to try to get the seat in there with the figure. It's not. So I didn't know if it was going to be one of those things where the seat should go in and then the figure goes on, but no, Ace and the seat both fit in there just fine.
Yeah, you want to do them both at one time.
Oh, how dumb am I?
I'll let your kid answer that question.
I'll be quiet. Luckily, they are wearing their headphones and probably did not hear you.
Oh, well.
All right, so because I was dumb and I unfolded Failsafe's legs before I put him in, and then realized that no, he need to be up. His knees need to be bent. So
yeah, like I said, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get him in there, but he does go in there.
Well, he went in just fine, but then I realized with his knees unbent, I wasn't going to be able to stick Ace's chair there. The feet were covering up the. Okay, yeah, not bad. All right, so I'll put. Wait, you said failsafe has to go in first. All right.
And then Ace just kind of fits on top of him there. It's a lot easier. Man, I love how this plastic looks and how it feels.
All right, the canopy closes just fine
Yep.
with both figures in their seats.
Yep, it's just a matter of getting them in the right order.
All right, so there's Ace and his co-pilot, Lieutenant Wayne Ruffle. And that's my Skystriker. I am very happy to have a regular vintage-ish Skystriker without the stupid design flaws and without any major quality control issues that I could see. And
Nah, it looks like
now I just have to figure out which stickers I'm going to put on. I like that they included the Rise of Cobra style star labels. Yep. That's nice. Oh, look at all those no step stickers. Wow, that'll be not that much fun.
About half of what the original came with.
It always amuses me when I get on a commercial airline flight and near the ladder, I'll see and on the wings it'll say no step, and I can't see that phrase and not think of GI Joe vehicles. So all right, so for mine, I'm definitely putting the traditional Skystriker stickers on the tail fins. Just for giggles, I'm probably going to put one of the Wolf Squad stickers on it just because they included it. And nothing says that either Ace and or Failsafe aren't Wolf Squad members. And All right. So, I mean, overall, I'm pretty damn happy with this thing. And it was well worth the fairly reasonable 2-year wait with all the difficulties the world has experienced, but pretty happy with it. Are you, I did see, I did look at all the pictures you did of the compare, and there is something satisfying about seeing 3 jets in one place and knowing, yeah, that's too much for me. But it is cool if you've got the space in the room. I think the Cobra stickers are cool for other vehicles.
Like I said, I'm putting those Cobra stickers on my second vintage Skystriker that I'm working on right now. You can kind of see it behind me. There you go.
Oh, up against the wall. Yeah.
I just need a few more parts for it.
I really like this particular logo. It's like the pilot wings that pilots used to give to the kids on the airplanes, but it's like a Twisted Terrorist version. Yeah. Nice. So yeah, so there's my
oh, hello, Isabella.
I know damn well that it's way too early for that dog to come looking for food.
Yeah, I don't know. It's my first day back so I work 48-hour shifts. So
that's why. Oh, she's probably visiting because you weren't there for a couple days.
Izzy's always very happy to see me when I come home. So is Alice, and Alice is just jealous. So Alice is right here next to her too.
Hi, Alice. But all right, so I'm going to be flying this thing around the living room after.
It's kind of funny. My wife and I had that discussion as soon as I got it all put together, because we used to have this blue heeler named Tess, and Tess would not let me fly stuff around the house. She would bark and jump at it and try and bite and just did not like. And if you made a whoosh sound, like whoosh, whoosh, ooh, she would come running. She'd come barking. She did not like that. But the current batch of healers, they don't mind too much.
That's pretty funny. I'll probably fly this around after, and don't know, might have to watch Top Gun Maverick at some point here in the very, very, very super near future.
Top Gun.
Well, I've seen Top Gun many times, but I only ever saw Maverick in the theater the one time, and I haven't seen it since. But all right, yeah, so I'm pretty happy with these, but I'll figure out what I'm going to do with Cobra Commander. But meanwhile, anybody has a classified Firefly that they're willing to part with for Cobra Commander, let us know, because I'm happy to do that trade.
Was there anything that you were disappointed with? Was there anything in this that you were disappointed with?
No, not really. I mean, I probably would be if I was a minting box collector or carded collector with the packaging issues, but no, I'm pretty happy with them. The only gripe that I really have is, while it was kind of a miracle that with the funding that it cleared enough to get Ripcord, that it got up to the 16,000, I also find it a little bit sad that they couldn't push it up to the 18,000 to get mustard and ketchup included.
I think I saw they were 900 short for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was close, but it wasn't super close. But I can't help but think that maybe there's a way that they can find to get them out later.
I don't see it happening. Hasbro's never gone back and finished off any of the tiers for any of the other Haslab projects. And they've never done it. So I would not hold my breath.
No, but I'm thinking maybe possibly if if they do another Haslab, maybe they could be one of the unlockable tiers there, kind of. Or
they've never ever done that. I don't
no,
see.
but that doesn't mean that they won't.
I think it does.
But yeah, I mean,
you're wrong.
I'm not. No particular disappointments. I do. This does make me wish, because we talked about future Haslabs, and what this really does is make me wish that there could be a Haslab for a new Rattler. So it had the brand new plastic and the new molds and the new details. So I could have a proper Cobra Rattler now, because now I want one a lot.
I think Rattler would be a good one. I think the Whale would be a good one. And for a like higher end, more expensive one, I think Rolling Thunder might be an interesting one. Although I don't know that there'd be a lot of improvements that you'd be able to do on a Rolling Thunder, I still think it might be an interesting one.
As long as it included a better figure than that shite armadillo figure that the original had. Because look, I like obscure characters. I can't help but love a figure whose file name is Philo Makepeace. I mean, I love that. Dude was born at Fort Huachuca, Arizona. So I love the character details, but fuck, that figure was terrible.
Yeah, I don't even have one. I mean, I'm still putting together my Rolling Thunder. I'm missing a few pieces from mine, but yeah, I'm not even gonna try to get an armadillo figure.
Shitty helmet sculpt. I mean, dedicated helmet to the head is one thing, that's okay, but it was shitty. Ugly figure, horrible colors, bad details. Armadillo was a fail of a figure, and I don't think that figure was a worthy inclusion with the Rolling Thunder. But I like to think that if they did a new one, that they'd give us a new and different armadillo if they wanted to keep the same driver, and maybe include other figures too, as an apology for how shitty Armadillo was 30 years ago.
I can see. I mean, they would. I mean, this one came with what, 6 figures?
Seven
figures. So I can, if they did a armadillo, or if they did a Rolling Thunder, I'm sure that there would be tiers to it, and yeah, I think it would be interesting to see what they would offer. Night Force figure, like Night Force Outback, perhaps, just because.
I think
or Tiger Force Outback, I think that'd be a cool one too.
Yes. I think it'd be nice if they kept offering figures that would fill in teams that they didn't originally do. Like put Stalker on Night Force or Tiger Force, because I feel like he should have been at least Tiger Force in the vintage line. Because the original Tiger Force line was supposed to have Torpedo, Wild Bill, and Ripcord. In the hand painted prototypes on yojo.com, you can see them all there, but for whatever reason, none of them were included.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever seen the pictures of the Torpedo, which is kind of odd.
He's the only picture the only picture of him is as the pilot of the Tiger, the Moccasin repaint. So it's not a good view of him, but you could see that the original sculpt, the helmet is like an orangey yellow color, a little bit reminiscent of the divers in the Sunbow cartoon, the Joe divers that would wear so he would have been an interesting addition. Ripcord was a pretty ugly repaint of Ripcord. But Wild Bill was interesting, but for whatever reason, they just couldn't include them, which is why Recondo was included instead, with the with the Dragonfly repaint. Interestingly, over in Europe, Recondo was also included with it, but they just called it Wild Bill. He didn't get the Recondo file card, so the character identity issue. But yeah, I do wish Stalker and Torpedo had been included with original, because I just feel like somebody from the original 13 lineup should have been included with Tiger Force, and Stalker would have been ideal. But whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I think it was a pretty successful Haslab. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't have any regrets. I'm super happy with it. I love how it turned out. I love the feel. I love everything that they've done with it. There's nothing on it that I'm like, man, they could have done this so much better. Everything has been, I'm really happy with how everything turned out on it. I think it was totally worth every
this did inspire me to get some of my O-ring Joes out, because I do want to put my custom Slipstream figure in, because he's a Battle Core repaint of Ace, but he's got the original. He's got Snowstorm's head, because I pulled the bubble off and I painted Slipstream's mustache. But I don't know if he'll fit real well, but I'm gonna put him up next to.
What? I can't imagine why not. I mean,
Actually, I think he would, because even though he's a Battle Core sculpt, he doesn't look that bulky. So just out of curiosity, because I don't have a conquest for him to fly, and let's face it, Slipstream does belong in the conquest. But I use the Spy Troops era Ace, or Slipstream, that they included with one of the exclusive conquests for Toys R Us, because I like the sculpt, but I like these colors. Because Slipstream was a great character with a shitty figure.
See, I never had one, so I never really had a problem with it. I always thought it looked like a decent.
Well, Slipstream had a lot of character in the cartoon, but that figure I don't feel like really reflected it. I mean, never mind the paint issue on his face. He looked like he's wearing a flight suit but if it wasn't for the oxygen, like the control box it would look a little bit like pajamas. It's not a good flight suit. I'm not. And then the Sky Patrol guy reused that same body, and I'm like, oh, different colored pajamas. Sweet. I feel like Slipstream just needed a flight suit, but he does need the conquest. I will put him in the Skystriker just as an experiment, but that's not right. Man needs his conquest, because I had a conquest when I was a kid. God, I love that vehicle. So
I got one in that lot, and I customized it, and I never finished it.
He was that was the only jet that I had when I was a kid. I do have a Ghost Rider figure too, but I couldn't find him for this video.
Yeah, you do, because that's the one I sent you.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I do have one because you sent it to me. But I couldn't find him for this video. But I'm gonna when I do, I'm gonna put him in the cockpit too. And I'll put Skystriker in just to see what he looks like. Just because I want to try all the fighter pilots in the wrong plane, but now I'll just say thanks for watching if you have. We always appreciate
for this particular episode. I mean, we pretty much touched on everything in my unboxing video, so it was just we went a little more in detail with the figures, since JD was.
Yeah, I wanted to showcase the figures, because Hasbro, whatever people want to say about the quality, I cannot criticize the inclusion of these things. There's a big variety. Scarlet, we never got before. Ripcord, which they didn't need to do, but I'm glad they did it. Like in the initial Haslab, he didn't need to be included, but I'm really glad that he was. Yeah. And a completely different version. So, but
I probably will open mine. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
But yeah, thanks everybody for listening. we very much appreciate the listeners that
Absolutely.
that
As always, please do that fun social media stuff. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. If you got a Haslab Skystriker, let us know what you thought about it. And we're also curious to know what you would like to see in the next Haslab project, be it 6-inch scale or the 4-inch scale. You want to see something O-ring, you want to see something modern, or again, classified scale. So throw your comments below, and I do try and get back to everybody when I can. And as always, thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody.